Hello there, and welcome back to the channel. Guys, we got a lot of stuff in store for you today, so stay tuned. You ain't going to want to miss all the things that we're going to be doing right here inside this greenhouse. So, like always, from the hollers and hills of West Virginia, it's Heavenly Hills Homestead with another episode. Stay tuned. Hey guys, so snow's coming down, and it's coming down quite heavily, but we still got to get this put in. So this is the raised bed that I put together the other day. This is the Birdie 6-in-1 raised bed. You can find it on Epic Gardening. Go to epicgardening.com. You'll be able to get it over there. And if you use coupon code HHH, all caps, you will get a 5% discount, guys, on your purchase. Now, over here, I've did more work over here on this part of the bed than I've done anywhere else in this greenhouse. And so here's the other thing too. They got these weeds that I was telling you about the other day that I don't know what they are, but they are really, really aggravating right here, right? And so I just want to keep this crap down and out of here, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fix this up over here. I'm going to get my stirrup hoe, which is outside. I'm going to get my actual hoe over there. Grab my stirrup hoe. I left it outside. I'm going to get that stirrup hoe. I'm going to come over here. I'm going to clean all this up. All right. You guys can see right here. If I bend down here, maybe it'll show you guys. So you guys can see all this stuff right here. I'm going to clean this out, kind of level all this off. We're going to put that they're going to put that Birdie raised bed right over here. All right, guys. So let's get that going, and we'll be back in a minute. Punch it off. Turn on time lapse. Hey guys, so we got it set up here. You can see everything's nice, level, got a good spot. The reason why I set it over here is because this is going to have the most sun in the wintertime. I could have set it over there on the other side of the greenhouse. I could even put it in the middle of the greenhouse, but we weren't going to have the most the hours that we would need, right? And I do have grow lights in here. I haven't turned them on this year, but we got them and we can use them. But I wanted to maximize what sun we do get. Okay, so we're going to use it over here. I think this right here is probably one of the best spots to put it in the greenhouse. If I was to put another one in, I would probably want to put it in the center of it, right around everything. You know, maybe like in a horseshoe design, and kind of like come down and around and over. That way we don't have to put anything around our pole that is in the center of the greenhouse, but we would be able to do it there and have a pretty nice setup. So maybe we'll see if we might invest in one of those horseshoe type greenhouses or horseshoe type raised beds. We'll see about that in the next coming months. But this right here is going to do really, really well. I'm very excited to get this thing filled up. So this right here is going to be filled up with cardboard. We're going to go ahead and fill this one up with the cardboard. Thought about filling it up with pig manure, but I want to show you guys what it can do with cardboard. So we're going to fill it up with cardboard. We're going to take all the excess dirt that we've got today out of here from leveling it off, and we're going to put that on top of the cardboard, and then we're going to lastly layer it with the dirt from coast of Maine. Now, those of you who've been following me know that we've had some aphid issues with that, and so I don't want to exacerbate and bring nice plants out here and put it in that. So what we're going to do inside is we're going to boil water inside, and we'll bring it out here. We will put it on the bags of dirt and kill out all those bacteria or all those aphid eggs out of there, which in turn kills out any beneficials I have growing and living in my soil from growing in it over the past couple of years now, which is sad and hard, but that's what you got to do sometimes in order to keep things dead and out of here, right? So we'll do that with the coast of Maine dirt. But let me go get the cardboard. Let me get my knife. We're going to show you how I'm going to put this cardboard in here in order for it to break down more properly, okay? And hopefully a lot better than most people would do. So let's go get that. All right, let's go. Got our cardboard here. Now, you want to peel off all the tape off of your cardboard. All right, you don't want any tape left on it. Peel it off, put it in the trash can. All right. Let's see here. After you get the tape off of it, and try to get the rest of the any kind of other tape like labels or anything like that off of it, just go ahead and cut it into small pieces. All right, just like so, and layer it in there. Okay, try to peel that off here in a second. Let's see here. Some of these are more paperish like than they are anything else, so you ain't got to do 100% if you don't want to, but try to get as much of it off as you can. And you can even cut that part of it out if you want. I'm not that anal about the labels because most of those just have a sticky adhesive on it, and it actually disintegrates. So anyhow, we put these in here just like so, layering them in, and cut them up into smaller pieces, right? More manageable pieces. You can even take and separate them like this. I've done this and this works well. It helps it go a little quicker. You take and do like that right there to every layer. Now I don't do that to every layer. What I do is take and put this in here like so, just like that right there, going down there. Here we go. All right, now got that base layer down there. Now, like I was telling you, we'll take and we'll chunk up a lot of this stuff. All right, now if you got some sort of a chopper or something that you could use, that'd be great. We'll just take and get that plastic out of there, off them noodles. Like I said, I save all the boxes, guys, around here. We save all the boxes just for composting, all right? So, and basically all you're going to do right here is build a giant compost bin, all right? That's really all you're doing. And then, like I said, we just take and chunk them up, the smaller pieces, and then what I'll do is I will coat these right here with Mycos and Azos. And just a really fine coating, nothing major, and I'll also get some lactobacillus in here, which I forgot to bring out and I'll have to go get. But that's really all we're doing. You just want smaller chunks kind of thrown in there, and you don't have to do this, but I have found that it works better because amongst all those different chunks, all right, you're going to have air get in there, you're going to have microbes be able to get under there, and in between them and everything, worms can get in there and lay eggs and such, and eat and everything else, and dirt gets in there, right? Dirt gets in between them and around them and everything, you know. So they're not just one solid layer of cardboard, right? You got multiple layers of cardboard, but it's also got multiple layers of soil in between those, so you're not pancaked and sandwiched all together, right? So anyway, and it works out really well. I have found anyhow that I've gotten a lot better compost time. Like it's actually composted down quicker by me ripping and tearing this stuff up. Now, yeah, it takes a lot longer to do this, right? But it works. I know some of you probably are going to be cringing because, oh goodness, he used something with a mark on it. It's got ink on there. It's not just a box, you know, guys. It composts the same, all right. And I've not seen any difference. If I was to take and put this, I would rather compost it with the ink on it than to not compost it at all, because what's going to happen is it's going to be put in the trash, and the trash is going to take it out there, and they're going to put it in a landfill, and we all know how that goes, right? Now, if you don't have a lot of boxes at your house, and you're wanting more, go to the dollar store or, you know, something like that around your, you know, your neighborhood, and tell them, hey, you know, I'd like to get, you know, some of your boxes that you're throwing away, because I use them for composting. Guys, I've never had anybody tell me I couldn't have a box. All right, so don't be bashful or backwards. Just go and ask them for a box. And all right, there's that. I cannot wait to see what this right here is going to grow in terms of, you know, giants. It's going to be a lot of fun. All right, so now we got that done. I don't have a measuring cup, but I'm going to take my Mycos Extreme Gardening Mycorrhiza. I'm just going to sprinkle it on the bottom. That should be enough of that. And we're going to get some azos, which I do have the scoop for. Azos is a little bit harder to kind of do, but all right. There's the azos. Now I do have some lactobacillus inside from Prevogenics. I will use that, but I'll just water it in a couple days. And then I have this right here, liquid compost, and I'm going to water. I'll water this in too. So we got that all done up now. Now we're going to go get our bags of Coast of Maine and put those in, and then we're going to wrap this video up. Okay, guys, I'm going to start with 6 bags. See how it looks with 6 of these in here. And then we'll kind of go from there. should be good. I may have to add a bag or two. I think 6 is going to work out just fine. Looks magnificent. Let's get the rake and break it down and see what we got. All right, let's see here. Yeah, I think we'll have to add a bag or two in here. Let me go grab them real quick and add them, and then we'll finish this video up. Okay, guys, so we're back now. Get these last couple bags of dirt in here. Do one at a time just to see, because I don't like wasting stuff. So let's see if it needs it or not. You know, snow's starting to pick up again and everything. I got a couple holes over here. I got a patch that came from these water pipes before the night gets here. So working against the clock here real quick. Kind of rake that around, see what that done for us. You know, you want to be tight and level, but you don't want to be way too much, right? You want to be just the right amount. I'm thinking right up there against that one lip there, but where you want it at. Okay, break it down this way here. Filling that little bit of gap there. It's starting to look good. Looks pretty good there. Looks like we may have achieved our raised bed goal for today. Now, guys, this is going to be a series of raised beds. I wanted to go on ahead and get this part of this first series video out. That way it's established. And here, I do not know when I'm going to be able to do the next one. Because it's wintertime here, so it's nasty, it's muddy, and all those things. I will do some more videos on these raised beds, but I don't know if I'm going to be setting them up. I don't want to really set any more up in here because they're just not going to grow very well in the summertime. So now we got that. I'm going to pour my hot water over this, let it set for 15 minutes or so, come back, and we're going to fix it all back up with better nutrients again. Okay, guys, we're back. We poured our hot water in here, stirred it all about, and hopefully we have killed the aphids. Now, next thing we're going to do is we're going to apply the rest of this bottle right here of liquid compost by Prevogenics. You can see it here. This stuff is magic, guys. It really helps out. You can use it to start compost. You can use it just to feed the soil. I have done both, and it works wonders. In fact, it started that compost last year that I used to heat this greenhouse with. It started it up so well that it literally changed 20 degrees within a week. So pretty good stuff. I'm going to dump it right in here just like so. Now, the other thing I'm going to be using real quick is this Prevogenics Mobile Microbes Plus. Guys, this right here is lactobacillus. You can see right here, Prevogenics live yeast, Lactobacillus species, 20 million CFUs per 100 grams. This right here's got 350 billion with a B CFUs per 100 grams of the live yeast. You got soy protein 6%, soluble kelp extract at 3%, and soluble molasses powder at 10%. So guys, this right here is really good. You can see right there the application rate is every 6 inches, 2 to 3 months. Here's how I do it. Because I'm a giant grower, and everything we do is giant. I just kind of do like that right there. And I hit every spot I can with it. Trying to get full coverage of the area. All right, now right there should be good enough. Now, one more thing I'm going to do. This is wheat, buckwheat specifically, and rye, winter rye. You see the rye right there. And let me see if I can get some of the buckwheat here. You see the buckwheat are these right here on my thumb. That's the buckwheat. So we're going to be using this in there. And you say, well, why would you do that? Well, here's the thing. I want this living, right? And I want this to do really well. So I'm going to sow some buckwheat and rye in here. All right. One, it's going to help build up my biology, my soil, and get that organic matter up, because I'm going to be able to cut and drop it right there, right? And it's going to grow very well in the wintertime, especially in here, because we're staying 50 some degrees in the day, and I can get it as hot as I want to in here, guys. I had it up to 80 and 90 last year on a 30-degree day here outside. I had it at 80 and 90. So we're just going to kind of lightly get this covered in there, just like so. And the rest of it, I'm going to put out around all the rest of this in here, and hopefully rake it in and hopefully get it growing good. I want the biology in here to really start growing. And I think growing raised beds is great, but I think a better step to growing raised beds is growing cover cropping your raised beds. So essentially, that's all this is a cover crop. Is be able to cut and drop it, and we'll let this get up to about 3 or 4 inches, maybe 6 to 8. We'll see. And then what I'll do is that'll give me enough time to get my plants inside ready to rock and roll for cold winter growing, cold season growing, winter growing. Okay, and we'll bring them out here. We will clear us out a spot, and we'll cut it or up and drop it, and then it'll go back to fertilizer for that. For the plants, and then we'll plant our plants in here. I'm looking to grow a giant rutabaga, giant beet, giant cabbage in here, giant kohlrabi. I think I can fit giant beet in one corner, giant rutabaga in another corner, giant cabbage in the center, and then fill the other 2 corners up with something. So grow it in like a 5. One corner, eat something in each corner and one thing in the center. But that's how we're going to grow in this particular raised bed, just for the winter time, and just to see how we do with that. So now what we're going to do, now we got that in there, we're going to come in and we're going to take our stuff here. And yeah, the water is just a little bit warm. It's not hot, it's just warm. And we're just going to pour it in here, kind of get everything, because we done got it. We done took and got our hot water ran in here, our boiling water, to try to kill off any of the aphid eggs. So that's already happened. Now we're just giving it the liquid compost and watering it in. And I probably will have to come in here and slightly roll it around with the rake or something, try to cover up stuff a little bit better. So there that is right there. I think that's watered in plenty enough. So use the rake just like so, kind of try to cover things up a little bit better. You don't really want to drag it from one place to the other. You just want to try to get it chopped up in there so it's got a little bit of coverage. Plus, it gets that lactobacillus that we put in there covered up as well. Okay, guys, that looks pretty decent to me. I'll smooth it over again real quick, just I like everything to be level. I don't like anything being funky. So there it is, guys. That is how I do my raised beds. Guys, if you want to know more about raised beds and growing like this, check me out right here on YouTube. You can see what I grew last year in my raised beds and in trash cans. You're not, let me put it this way. If you can't afford to buy a raised bed, you can build a raised bed, or you can get trash cans or totes and make your raised beds out of that. I've even made raised beds out of cardboard and trash bags, guys. Because listen, it's hard anymore. It's hard to grow. It's hard to do things for your family that's meaningful in this day and age, but it's well worth every bit of energy that you put into it and all the investments that you make. So if you have to start out, if you can start out in one of these, I highly recommend it because you'll have this for years and years to come. If you can't, start out in whatever you can. All right, guys, but get to growing and get to loving growing. All right, that's what it's all about. Learning and loving and having that passion and that desire to grow your own food, right? So anyway, I can't wait to get to growing in this right here on the channel. Thank you so much to Epic Gardening for all the help you've given. And I can't wait to see how this thing turns out. I'm excited to watch the cover crop come up and then transform this into a giant growing bed, right? To where we can grow awesome, awesome giants for you guys to enjoy and for us to eat. Because yes, we do eat some of those. And I forgot to tell you, but when we went to time lapse earlier, yes, I did throw in my state record rutabaga, a 16-pound rutabaga, 2 big old beets that had went bad in here, and then one of my red mango mammoth beets that we threw in. So yes, you did see me do that. I just added some more organic matter. You know, those will go down within a month or two. I would say that those will be significantly lower, and we will have to add. That's another reason why I said we would do this cover crop, because as this cover crop comes up and the bottom is disintegrating and composting, all right, as the bottom goes down, this drops, but then as I'm dropping on top of it, it builds back up. You understand? So that's a beauty about doing it this way. You're composting underneath, and then you're composting on the top as well. I'm really excited to see the heat transfer in this, how much heat it draws up in this right here once all this gets to working and gets activated and starts doing its thing. I'm excited to see what starts transpiring in here. Maybe we can keep it 10 to 15 degrees warmer in here, right? That'd be great. So anyhow, guys, lots of exciting things coming up. Go check out Epic Gardening if you haven't already. They have got a great channel. Kevin is wonderful about what he does and how he grows. Lots of great ideas. He's been doing this for quite a while, and it's pretty cool watching him. I love watching him, actually. I learned a lot from him. So, guys, go over and check out Epic Gardening if you can. So, guys, we appreciate you watching. We're so thankful for it, and we'll see you tomorrow right here in the Hollers and Hills, West Virginia. Peace!
Don't forget to smash that like button, that notification bell. Don't get the
Good job. Here you go. Thank you.
Don't get the
Don't forget to share. Yep. There you go. Good job. And subscribe.
subscribe.